Hello everyone, I'm finally back at Barnard Castle. I don't think I've been up here since the end of July. It's probably the longest time in my life actually since I've not been here. But it's good to be back to a place where I come from originally. So today we're just going to have a look at Barnard Castle Cemetery. Now, it's actually three cemeteries. Well, it's three separate sections. They were all joined up differently. Well, I say joined up differently. They were separated by this old, well-known Barney path called the Lonnon. So you got. I'm not going to go on this one today because there's lots of people visiting relatives in there. That's where the new section is. But I'll just show you off the wall. This was originally like the non-conformist Methodist cemetery, separated by the Lonnon, and then you have the Catholic one here. But you got to remember when this was all opened up in the 1850s. This was on the edge of Barnard Castle. We're a few hundred metres away from like the main part of the town, but in the 1850s this was opened to replace the St Mary's Parish Church. This was literally in the countryside. It would have been very scenic. Now, this looks like it's the Catholic cemetery chapel. It's very small, and if it wasn't a Catholic cemetery chapel, then possibly it was like a mausoleum, not mausoleum, like a dead house, like a mortuary at that time. So I think with Catholic sections, quite ornate, some of the headstones and some of the words that are used. That's a beautiful memorial. That's actually quite recent, that. That one's there. It's in Latin, so I'll give that a miss. I think most of my Latin I know is memento mori, remember you must die. So this looks like the older section here. Let's see if there's anything that stands out. There is one memorial that I want to show you about a tragic story that happened a couple of miles outside Barnard Castle. So that's a good example of a Catholic epitaph. Pray for the souls of and repose. Very ornate. Surnames Brownless. There's still Brownless in the town today. Have a look up here. So I'm going to go through to what would have been like the Anglican section back in the day. Foster, Kirby, just saw a Sylvester somebody actually. Where's it gone? It's over here. Thomas Matthews, 1872. Sylvester Somervell, who died September the 16th, 1866. Just 16 years, sadly. He's somebody could probably quite easily go online and find out what happened. But the memorial appears to a tragedy. That happened, if I can find it. Smith. There is a Catholic parish church a few hundred metres away, which has got one grave, and this is a sad story. Grand memorial and this burial ground. So, sweet Jesus, give eternal rest to the souls of Edward and Ernest Smith, two brothers aged 23 and 22 years who were accidentally drowned on Saturday afternoon, February the 9th, 1901, whilst crossing the ice on the pond at Lartington. Sacred Heart of Jesus, have mercy on them. Immaculate, and then something, then pray for them. So two brothers in the 20s must have been crossing the ice at Lartington pond. I think the pond is filled in now, but it's just on the left as you go through on the way to Cutherston. So I'd never thought the pond would be deep enough to drown two adults, but it must have been back in those days. It's a bit of a chilly day in Barnard Castle. spitting on a little bit, but if the sun's out we might see a rainbow. Just hopefully it doesn't rain too much. So this is the Catholic section. It's a cemetery in itself really. But to get to... So this next part here wouldn't have been here in the 1850s. This has got burials from like the 1830s. Sorry, 1830s. I can't speak, it's so cold. From like the 1940s and so on. 50s, 60s. Lord Cecil Lumley. And there's names I recognise from growing up in Barnard Castle. I'll just... Some of the names you see, Kipling. Edmund, also their sons, Edmund George Shepherd, died and killed in Burma, April 26, 1944. I've got my great-great-grandfather's buried across that wall over there. But we'll go around here. So this is like an extension, must be from the first part of the 1900s. But this bit is the entrance from Victoria Road out of here, and this is quite a large cemetery here. William Thompson, late of Hollows, Derbyshire. It's quite muddy, so I'm just watching my feet. There we have it. Got a rainbow. It's quite a strong rainbow on that side. It stretches right over the cemetery chapel. It's actually a house now, a residential. I don't think many people would want to live in the middle of a cemetery where members of the public can just walk about. That's just perfectly timed, that rainbow. William Atkinson of Barnard Castle, 1887. Edward Simpson of Langley-Dale. Thomas Stokeld. So it didn't just cover Barnard Castle, you've got all the villages and hamlets surrounding it, because there is quite a lot of parish churches in the area. You only have to go a few miles out of Barnard Castle. You've got Cutherston, Walton, Staindrop, Stainton, but there are quite a few churches and graveyards in the area. I haven't even been to most of them, you know. Let's have a look at this one. For some reason, all these ones are close together. Tens of thousands of people probably buried in this bit here. Or maybe less than that. Good few thousand though, because it stretches all the way up here. Arrowsmith of Barnard Castle. That's in good nick, this one, if this was put up around that time, in memory of Grace, widow of William Arrowsmith, who died October the 23rd, 1867, aged 78 years. Oh, the rainbow's gone. Oh no, it's still there, it's just hidden behind. Oh. But then again here, we've got Mary Ann, beloved wife of Reverend Samuel Taylor, Wesleyan minister, who exchanged mortality for life at Goole. That's down in Humberside, isn't it? 1873. Then he died at Leeds, the Reverend Samuel Taylor. But I can see in the back there, there's a Reverend John Burgess, died 1899. She hath done what she could. That was Sarah Jane, daughter of the late. So it seems to be quite a religious element here. Daniel and Margaret Badcock. So we'll go over here. There's the rainbow. Remember years ago, 20 odd years ago, wandered around here looking for some of my ancestors. Couldn't find any, but I don't think they had headstones. They weren't that well off. The Gowlands and the Cowards. That's this one here. It's got Teesdale name, Bainbridge. That's John Bainbridge. I've got great grandparents. Isabella Bainbridge, who died 3rd of August 1871, aged 75 years. Blessed are the dead who died in the Lord. And then somebody at the bottom there, Jason Thompson Bainbridge, their son, died 1882, aged 49 years, and interred buried in Stockport Cemetery. And then Mary Ann Bainbridge, his wife, died 1915, aged 84 years, buried in space. Something. I've walked around the out this bit here. Wilkinson. And there's a beautiful headstone in the moat which I've never noticed before. As I said, I don't think I've been around every little spot of this particular cemetery. But again, all these seem clumped together. Got like a box tomb here. There's Thomas Harrison, 1862. Lots of Wilkinsons, Swainston. Late of Westwick, that's a hamlet just outside of Barnard Castle near the Boys Museum. And that's for Thomas Appleby, that box tomb. Just have a look, there's an interesting one here. Sounds like a duck. It is actually raining a bit now, or is that they're just coming off the tree? Or a crow. This one here. Looks like it's... It's James Pearson, late Colour Sergeant in Her Majesty's 1st Battalion of Grenadier Guards, who departed this life August the 10th, 1861, aged 62 years. But he has a story, Colour Sergeant. So we've got a rainbow. See, there's a housing estate next to this particular spot. Obviously, just been open fields back in the 1850s and decades after that. Lots of monk houses there. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that another Badcock as well. Quite a few monk houses. And look at that one. He was mentioned solicitor there. You don't see that often, do you? Iron railings over the top. George Dobinson, late of Etherley, that's over near Bishop Auckland. Thomas Hopper, late of Butterknoll. George Bainbridge. Roundtree. More Appleby. George Brown. Yeah, it's a... And that is a beautiful memorial. Look at that. In affectionate remembrance of Elizabeth, the beloved wife of George Metcalfe. Gordon Gerard Metcalfe Higginbottom, Royal Engineers, killed in action near Newport, Belgium, August 22nd, 1870, aged just 19 years. Son, beloved and only son of Captain Ernest and Ada Maud Higginbottom. Almedine, via Turris, Barnard Castle. There let him rest, he shall be blessed. Gallant young soldier, bravest and best. He gave his utmost for the highest. It's a lot more tidier up here. Must get much more the grass cut. It's more like a lawn up here. You're right on facing on the Victoria Road. See, a lot of these places have got house names in Barnard Castle that I've never heard of before. Brampton House, Barnard Castle. There's another one here. Thomas Milner of Victoria Terrace, Barnard Castle. Ashmore, still Ashmore's in the town today. Kyle, Appleton. That rainbow's not going. Hopefully get a picture, hopefully when this video finishes. It's spitting on, that's probably why the rainbow's still here. In loving memory of Arthur Roland Byrne, 2nd Lieutenant of the 6th Durham Light Infantry, only son of S.A. Byrne, killed in action at Rosières, France, March the 27th, 1918, aged 21 years, faithful unto death. I'll come back down here, it's a little bit more sheltered. There's another one, Charles Clayton, late Sergeant. It's at 68th, probably DLI, or who died 5th of July 1903, aged 78. So he didn't die in service. Too old for that, as you can see. The rain dropping down. These ones sort of give the impression that they've been placed here a little bit. Especially those ones hidden behind the wall, hidden behind ivy and holly. Unto him that loved us and washed us from our sins in his own blood be glory forever and ever. An obelisk. Memory of Thomas Richardson. Died 1890, age 85. I wonder if he was to do with Richardson's Hospital, which used to be over there. That was named after somebody. Oh, it says Edward H. Prest, M.A. So that's that Master of Arts or the Vicar. Oh, no. For 6 years, headmaster of the North Eastern County School. Died October the 8th, 1893. That's the well-known private school, which is literally about 500 metres from here. Francis Wheatley of Streatham. Right, I'm going to end that video now because it's about time to run out. So I thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like, click on the subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot, bye.